Hey everyone, welcome to my weekly messages. I'm Jalailah Starr. Today the topic is the power of gratitude. This topic came as a result of an idea I had back in December to do give myself a 30-day challenge to find something to be really grateful for every day for, like I said, 30 days and to see how that would work. Well, I just finished it and I got to tell you the results. They were amazing. So, I don't want to go into all of them because I want to keep this short, but you can read about all of the major blessings that came my way during the 30 days, but I want to just point out a couple of them. During that time, I had a big relationship issue that was really hurting my heart. It was resolved with my daughter. She had lost her dad a year ago, and she went from having not left home to owning a 3,000 square foot house worth quite a bit of money and her dad's business. She was just thrust into adulthood and huge responsibility that she had absolutely no training for. So being strong-willed like her mother, after about 9 months of me trying to guide her, she was like, back off, Mom. I'm going to kind of figure this out on my own now. And, you know, as much as that hurt, I can appreciate that. She really does need to sink or swim on her own. I think I was being a little bit overprotective. So anyway, I didn't hear from her all the way through the holidays, which was very hard. And I didn't hear but I did eventually hear from her on December 20th, 2 days before my 30-day challenge ended. And we resolved everything and we're like back in sync again. So that was like a huge thing. Another thing was that I'm going to just one of the three. I had a brother who was going through a crisis. We found out that this crisis was about a spiritual awakening. So I have a family member now who's awakened, and that is a rare occurrence to have two people in the same family awakened. I mean, most of us know when we start the path, or if we don't know when we start, we figure out in about a year that no one's going to awaken with us. We're going to be the only one walking that journey in our family. So to have someone awaken later is truly a blessing. So I have a brother now who actually lives in this town with me, who's actually awakened. I mean, God, that is amazing. Then the other thing is that I had a big financial windfall that occurred during this time. And I'll let you read about that on the written portion of this message. But why does this work? You know, what makes expressing gratitude every day work? Well, from my understanding, it is every time you emote, every time you put thought with feeling, it goes out through the neural net in the heart into the morphogenetic field, or the field as we call it. And it attracts its likeness. Energy attracts its likeness, like attracts like. So you're drawing from the field things. In other words, when you put out gratitude, the field's going to bring back to you or send back to you things to be grateful for. So you're going to start by creating a feedback loop. You put it out and then it will start to come back. And they say we're living, you know, a 24-hour period in 16 hours now. And that it takes about 36 hours for once you start putting something out to really start to see it come back. So can you imagine if you do it every day consistently, it's going to keep building and building. It's like it draws interest and just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So the blessings start to get bigger and bigger because you're feeding it every day. So I saw that begin to happen. First it started with little things, and then it started to become big things. So the final one was the big financial win. I mean, the reconnection with my daughter was the last thing that happened, but it was powerful what went on. So, but there's some things that I learned in doing the 30-day challenge that I wanted to share with you to help increase your success, shall we say. Number one is that you got to do it every day consistently. Don't skip a day, because you're feeding a feedback loop. You don't want to have a lag time in there. The second thing is the quality of the gratitude that you put into the field is very important. You know, there's lots of days that I could say, well, I'm grateful for my house, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, but I only think it. I don't feel it here. It's got to be something that you really feel that morning. And sometimes it's a simple thing, and that's the third thing. It doesn't have to be a big thing that you feel gratitude for. It can be something really simple like, how it feels to sit down in the morning when it's quiet for me, and before the dogs are up, before anybody's up, and I sit there and I look outside and I have my first cup of coffee. And just the warmth in that moment and the solitude and the tranquility of it, I really could feel the gratitude for that. That is really rich, potent gratitude that I was putting out into the field that day. Even though I'm grateful for the other things, I wasn't feeling that richness of it, that power of it. So the power of the gratitude you put out is important. And of course, like I said, the third thing is it doesn't matter whether it's big or small. It's the power, that it's the amount of feeling that you have for that particular thing or event or person that makes the difference. It's just those three things: consistency, the depth of it, and it doesn't matter whether it's big or small. So I had great experiences. Read about them as you wish, and maybe you'll share with me your experiences of your 30-day challenge. And I know there was other people on my Facebook page who kind of followed my 30-day challenge and were doing it themselves. So I wanted to say thank you to all of those, especially Carol P. out in Nevada. Thank you very much for your feedback, because there are kind of days that you reminded me I need to keep going, you know. So anyway, that's it for this week. Have a great week and talk to you next time. Bye.